Come on. Sing it. Oh. Are you gonna go? Come on. I haven't seen my friends in a week. Let's go. You don't have to be at the 10, right? All right, I just hit the light. Now the ball's moving. Can you see the light? All right, I had to get a little extra cardio in today. How's everybody feeling? Am I frozen? Okay, you're all staring at me like, all right, maybe we're not feeling it. It's all fun and games until you hit the light. It didn't fall out of the ceiling, so that's good. All right, guys, we're getting psyched. I have a video to show you, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so we can get this all good and ready to go. A little bit of realism, because we're talking non-negotiables tonight, because I got some shit to talk to you about. All right, let's see. All right. The man who tells it how it is, Mr. Grant Cardone. Listen up.
Hey, hope you're doing well today. Really important message about simplicity, about what really matters. Don't let all the fancy cars, sparkles in the ceiling, logos on the seat backs, private aircraft, orange Lambos. Don't let all that fool you. Okay, none of that is who any of us are. Those are just things you buy. Hopefully you acquired it all by doing the right things. Look, I'm just a simple guy. Been working my ass off for 30 years, showing up when I didn't want to, doing whatever it takes, figuring it out, making little shifts and changes. Most of the time, don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Just want to let you know, man, it's popular now with Instagram and YouTube. Everybody's an expert. Everybody knows. Look, I do deals today. My first house I bought was $78,000. I'm doing a deal right now for $86 million. You're doing the deal the whole time. I'm like, man, am I doing the right thing? So if you're right more often than you're wrong, you win. That's the simplicity of it. You can't be right more than you're wrong if you don't swing, if you don't play the game, if you don't study, if you don't tweak, if you're not willing to make changes, if you're not willing to make new connections, hook up with new people, get new information. It's work. It's work. Bottom line, it's work. Fancy cars, planes, the vacations. It's not an Instagram post, okay? It's not 7 or 8 words. It's not 104 characters. It's freaking work. It's everyday action. It's disappointments, discouragements, obstacles. It's barriers. If you're feeling down, if you're wondering why it's taking you so long, you go online, you go on Facebook or Instagram, and you see some guy with a Lambo or a Ferrari or whatever, the car you want, a Rolls. And you're like, man, I want all that. Why don't I have all that? Trust me, okay? If he got it legit, and if he or she is able to keep it, because not everybody's going to keep all that shit they're showing off. You know that's true. Then they worked, okay? They work. There's no freaking magic act, okay? Some online phenomenon that's going to whoa, that guy almost just jacked me, okay? It's work, man. It's disappointment, discouragements, it's barriers and obstacles. The guy that wins, the gal that wins is the person that thinks big and giant, never quits, refuses to quit, does whatever it takes no matter what. I wish this could be more instructional than it is. If you agree, post a comment. If you disagree, please post a comment. I love the disagreeers, okay? If you hate, look, we know you're not doing anything, okay? I just don't get the haters, man. The haters, like, you hating on me. When you hate on me, you don't do anything. You know, it's not a product. So hope you're doing well. Hope you're following this channel. We drop video here, 2 and 3 different videos a day, everything from real estate to finances, to sales, to marketing, promotion, to how to do a video while you're driving a car. It's crazy.
All right, guys, let me stop sharing. Okay, it is September 4th. I can't believe it's September 4th. Guys, Grant Cardone is, hi Sawyer, good to see you. Grant Cardone, good night. Night-night.
Okay, go ahead.
Grant Cardone is the author of a book that I read, I'm going to say almost a year ago now. It's called the 10X Rule, okay? And I didn't just read this book. I listened to it. And it got me so fired up about, you know, like the little stuff. You know, stop worrying about the little stuff. One of his taglines in the book, and he curses a lot, is stop being a little bitch. And, you know, again, it might not be the way in which you truly think. It may not be the way in which you want to talk to people. It may not be exactly what you connect with as your person or the tone. But the underlying message is that whatever you want, you have to work for. This is like the simplest rule ever. Nothing in life is free, right? Everything that we do is work. It's just you have to love what you do. And guys, how do we help people realize that they love doing this? We do that by helping them get results, okay? Not everybody is going to want to do this as a coach. As a matter of fact, not everybody who comes in is going to even know that they want to coach, okay? Everybody has circumstances. It's just a matter of helping them fall in love with this and letting them decide whether this is for them or not. So we can't be disappointed. We really can't. We really can't be disappointed when people do not want to work this business. We can't. We cannot let that bring us down. And that is one of my non-negotiables for each of you business leaders who are on this call every single week, who really, really, really want something to become of all of this, because I know you're getting down. You're getting down by the people not following through by what they said they want to do, because they shared their hopes and dreams with you and you feel bad. It's their problem. Okay? You can only feel so bad for people until it becomes detrimental to you. If it's starting to become detrimental to you, then you just need to move on. Start encouraging them to continue to go back to square one, working on the number one square one non-negotiable, and that is themselves. That's what we do. Number one, we help people. We help people get results. That's what we do every single day in our challenge groups. If they are not getting results, they are not falling in love with what we do. So constantly, that's what we need to be reminding people to do. Okay? I cannot tell you the people in which who I have started with this team with are no longer here on this team. Not because of anything that I've done. It's because they've made a choice. It's because they have made a choice. And I had this great conversation with Gina today. It was super short. It was pretty intense. And it was stressful. For those of you who don't know, Gina is my success partner. And for whatever reason, she was having a really not a great day. She was feeling really down. And at the end of the day, what we realized is our people, whether you personally sponsor them or not, our people are the people who show up. They're the people who show up. And there are going to be some people who just don't show up. They don't show up on team calls. They don't show up in your challenge groups consistently. And you should know that. They're the people who, who have to go here and they have to go there. And, they're on vacation. That's why they didn't exercise. It shouldn't be a surprise to you come the day that they're done. Okay? I put and guys, I'm speaking from personal experience. I have put all of my heart and soul to so many people, helping them, getting on calls, working one-on-one. I love when people ask questions about this, but they're not letting me down. In my heart, I'm just like, why are you not following through with what you said you wanted? Do you really think that you're working as hard as you can to make your dreams come true? Because I know what initial goal you said you had. Do you feel like you're putting in that time to actually make that happen? Because, when you go to college, you put in a lot of time and hours and work, right? Just to get a grade. You don't even make money doing that. So to tell me that there's not enough, return on something, right? At the end of the day, in 4 years, people work for degrees and get nothing. Some of them don't even get jobs, right? But they worked for it and they own that and it's theirs and they should be proud of it, just like your teams. Each and every one of you are CEOs, whether you've just started or whether you've been here for a long time. You have to own up to being that CEO every single day. And it's hard. And yeah, we can cry about it. I've had a really, interesting week, a really, really interesting week. I thought I was going to lose my job last week. That was the most scariest day of my life. It was. And sickening to me, that it was because of money, right? What am I going to do? What am I going to do if I lose my corporate career? I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to lose it now, thank God, but I know exactly what I would do. I would make this business work, just like I have been every single day since day one. There was never a month I've missed Success Club, guys, never a month. Don't get down on yourself. Don't cry about it. Just do it. Make it a non-negotiable, okay? Success Club is just a number, yes, but it's a reflection of how many people you are consistently helping every single month. And you have to be an example. You have to be an example to the people in your organization. And listen, they may not want to be business builders, but you are, right? You are. That's why you're here tonight on a holiday night, not at a barbecue, because you want this. And so this isn't I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just really, really speaking from my heart because I have had so many conversations with each and every one of you, and even many who are not on this call right now. I have had so many conversations about where they want to be next month and what they're going to do. And sometimes I'm just confused as to what's going on. Okay, so non-negotiables. Okay, non-negotiables. Actually, first let's go back for a second. Okay, let's start let's start over, because recognition is so very important. And you guys, every single month lives are being changed. Okay, whether you're hitting Success Club or not, lives are still being changed, because even if you didn't hit Success Club and you're in a challenge group, you're inspiring somebody in that challenge group. And you have to honestly understand that showing up in a group matters, because you never, ever, ever know who's watching you or looking for you. So please, please, please make sure that you're showing up in your challenge groups. I know. Isn't it funny? I can't believe I hit that light. I just saw your little note here, Katrina. So, so coaches who changed lives last month. Okay. Now, last month was, what do we call it? Team Cup. It was probably the biggest team Cup flop on this team ever. However, I'm still going to say that a lot of people showed up, and we'll just go with it because things will change. I know they will. I know that things are going to change because I know that so many people are working so hard right now, and the things that you are doing right now and you feel like you're not getting anywhere is going to make a huge difference in January, because all those people that you're talking to right now, remember that they are watching you, and come January, they are going to need you. So coaches who changed lives in, what month are we in? In August, congratulations to Kara Fulop, Lindsay Kaufman, Kim Petrucci. Did you change your name? Is that your married name now? Kim Petrucci, Sana Hemingway. Oh, Sana, it's so great to see you inspiring someone again. Liza Negron, I believe that this may have been her first challenger. And Katrina Trotta. Guys, way to go. Keep doing what you do. Do not get down on yourselves. Just do the work. Just do it. And yes, sometimes we all need a break. Don't feel bad about it. Take that break and then move on. But realize that there are still non-negotiables. You got to have consistency. And this girl showed up this month. Allie Cross, I'm so very, very proud of you for hitting Success Club this month. She said she was going to do it. She was struggling with it a past couple of months. And she just said she was doing it this month, and she did. And I'm so very proud of her. So congratulations, Allie, for hitting Success Club 6. Missy McLean and myself were at Success Club 10. So Missy had hit Success Club 10 this month. And she turned Ruby Coach, which everybody should know at this point that Ruby Coach is just a couple of steps away from being diamond. So she will be turning diamonds very, very soon. And she said she was going to be diamond at Summit by the end of the summer. And I am pretty confident that that's going to happen for her. So congratulations, Missy. And I was at Success Club 14 for this month. So, also, congratulations to Kim Petrucci, who said that she was going emerald and she was going to change rank this month, and she did. And by the end of September, she's going for diamond. She's going for bling. That's what she said. So, Kim, way to go. I'm so very proud of you. Everybody, you guys are making a huge difference. And I hope all of your challenge groups this past month with Being Limitless are going absolutely incredible. I think that they've been a real success. I have had like a crazy, ridiculous, mindful month, or mindless month, I should say, slightly disconnected. But I know that about myself. And as soon as that happens, I have got to snap out of it, which is one of our non-negotiables, and we'll discuss that in a second. Now, each and every one of you know the 4 vital behaviors: invite, personal development, working on you and your fitness, being a product of the product, and recognition. Those are your non-negotiables, okay? You have got to be doing those things every single day. But how do we go through this truly, okay? So number one, this has to start with you. If you are not, maybe you don't like working out, but do you like the results? Stop talking about how much you don't like working out and start just focusing on your results, okay? Because be very careful. Who are you looking for? Who do you want to be surrounded with? Do you want to be around a bunch of people who don't like working out, or do you want to be around people who want positive, healthy change? Right? I want positive, healthy change. And it doesn't mean, six-pack abs. It means that I'm willing to put in the work to get the results that I want. Those are the types of people that I'm working with. Whether I like it or not, it doesn't matter because I have a goal, right? We have a goal and we are willing to do the things that we want, that we need to do to reach our goals. And that's what it's about. But it has to start with you. You have got to be sharing your fitness journey, whether you're sharing it on an Instagram, and I'm going to tap into Instagram here in just a minute because I want to share something with you guys. Whether it's sharing it on Instagram, and maybe it's starting a whole new Instagram page. Maybe that's what some of you need to do, is just start a brand new fitness focused only page and start that all over. You don't need to because that's another account to manage, but you have to be willing to think outside the box and doing something new and creative, okay? But sharing your business and sharing your fitness journey as your business, as your passion of your business is so incredibly crucial, okay, guys? It is. It's the number one thing. And if you are in a fog, if you don't know what to do, that's what you should be doing. You should be going back to your journey always. You always have to go back to step one, and the most important thing is you, okay? And it doesn't mean stop working. I hear people say this all the time, that they got to take a break. They got to step back. They got to tone it down. They're not connecting. They're not connecting because they're not working on themselves with their family, with their families, their work, their whatever it is. It's because they're not working on themselves. Fitness-wise, and number two, personal development. What the heck are all of you reading? And if you tell me the same book as you were reading last month or a couple of weeks ago, you should be going through at least 2 books a month. Honestly, if you're really doing your personal development, especially if you're listening to it, you can so easily go through one, a week, if you're truly listening to it, on car rides and stuff like that. But you got to make sure that you are setting enough time set aside working on your personal development every single day. I don't think I need to tell you guys to be drinking your Shakeology and taking care of your nutrition. Again, it's a non-negotiable, but are you sharing it? Are you posting about it? Are you taking selfies of yourself with your Shakeology? Don't do that. That was I don't know, when I first got started, that's what people did, but it's 3 years later and people don't want to see that anymore. They're tired of that. Okay. So be creative in how you're sharing your superfood shake. We have to think outside of the box. We have to make somehow Shakeology look pretty. Because right now, chocolate Shakeology in an empty cup looks like a baby exploded in the cup. Okay, that's what it looks like. So if you're going to share your Shakeology, share it in something pretty. Maybe the top of it, make it look like ice cream. I don't know. But if you're showing an empty cup of Shakeology, it looks like splattered poop. Just saying. It does, especially if you just shook it. Let's see. Okay. And then again, are you tracking what you're doing every single day? How many of you actually track what you do? Whether it's Teamsy, whether it's a bubble sheet, whether it's a pen and paper, are you writing down who you're talking to, or are you using the business activity tracker? Okay, good, because those you need to be able to look at that every single day and feel like you've done the work, and you should feel good about it. Whether somebody has bought a challenge pack or not, you still need to feel proud of yourself. You need to say, I did what I showed up today. I am the CEO of my business, and I showed up today and I did what I said I was going to do and what I expect of other people. So I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about, is everybody in this group in a pod? I want to open up the floor for a moment. If you're not, then you don't know what it is. That's okay. Is everybody in this group in a pod? And if you are in a pod and it's not going well, share either way, if it's going well or if it's not going well.
Say it's not it's I don't know, my brain's not really working right now, but it's just not going well.
It's not going well. Wrong people?
Maybe. I don't think it's just that. It's just not very active, and I have to be honest, I feel like it's one of those, it's just like it's something else I have to keep up with that I don't think is beneficial to me right now.
Okay. That's fine, because I thought the same way going into a pod. I felt the same way that I was going to be, here's what I really thought. I was like, I have all of this energy and, I really hope that I get something out of this, right? And then what I realized was, how selfish of me. That's what I felt. I felt how selfish of me looking to get something out of something by being accountable to other people. I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up and I am going to rock this pod. I show up in my pod every single day and I raise the level of other people. And it makes me feel more confident. That's what I'm getting out of it. I don't look at my pod to say my pod doesn't do anything for me, therefore I'm not showing up. I show up in my pod and I show them a standard. And you want to know something? This pod is amazing now. This pod of people are encouraging each other. They're thanking me. It's bringing good juju. When I'm having a bad day, I know that I can just look in that group and everything is positive. So be the light. Be the light, be the energy, okay? That's what this team is, okay? We are here to leave a legacy. It is not just about us, okay? We are here to let people know who we are so that when we are not around one day, they know exactly what we have done. And that is make a difference, bring the light, and show support of all people. Now, again, it's something that if it's tedious or you don't jive with the people or they're just negative Nellies, well, then it's different. That's, find a different pod. But a pod is merely just a group of people being accountable to each other. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of us right now. If I were to ask each and every one of you on this group, I'm not going to ask you, what you did today, but I'm going to ask you 2 things. What was good and what wasn't? And if it was good, could we have made it better? And if it was not so good, how could we have made it better? It's not about being accountable in here's my TeamZ page. Here's what I physically did today. Maybe that's going to be something you share one day. But it's rising your energy levels and feeding off of your inner soul and what drives you and just putting it out there. And sometimes it's a shitty day. Sometimes you just have a shitty day and you have got to find grace. You have got to find the joy because it's there. It's always there. So that's a non-negotiable for me as well. You must take these shitty days and you must find the freaking joy because we're all breathing, we're all living, and life is good. It is real, and we are here to make a difference. I'm speaking from you not in anger. I'm speaking from you from the deepest down. And this is funny because when I get really, really passionate about something, if I'm talking to Stacy, he asks me all the time, why are you yelling? And I'm like, I'm not yelling. I'm not. It's just, I'm just being so real that when things get scary, when things aren't working, we have got to find the joy and not look at the excuses and the things that aren't working for us. We have to make them work. You're right. It is the New York in me. Sometimes it's scary. It's the grit. It's that passion. It's that perseverance. It's that willingness to not give up. Not give up. Is it scary? It is so freaking scary. I'm scared. I don't, it's so funny. I say I want this every single day, and I'm thinking, what do I want? What do I want? What do other people want? I can't give people their hopes and dreams. All I can do is work my hardest for my own and not think about the return at all. That's how I get through it. So, again, reaching out to other people and inspiring them, it's a non-negotiable. Sharing my shit, sharing my mess, sharing my happiness. Oh my gosh, it was really crazy. I know I posted the other day about having this really bad day, and it's as if the world was ending in other people's minds. I had somebody reach out to me say, "Are you okay? You're sending out suicidal thoughts." And I'm like, "God, no." Really? Is that what you thought? Because I'm good. But the point is that I was very, very, very quickly, by sharing a little bit of my mess, how many people actually cared about me, which some days in this business, I know it feels so lonely. I know that it does. And so you just have to think, what is important to you? And again, like the conversation I had with Gina was, who are my people? It's the people who show up, whether I have personally sponsored them or not. It's not about me. It's about the people who show up. And so, again, guys, those are just, this isn't like rocket science, but we have to do the work. We have to stay positive. We have to find the joy. We have to show grace. And if we don't feel those things, we need to go ask for them. We need to go ask for them. We need to ask for other people's support. We need to talk about how hard it is, building a business. We need to talk about why it's important to us. We need to talk about and share. It's just like when we're sharing, our fitness struggles. But if you're not putting out there that you're actually trying to build a business, how are people going to know? How are people going to know? So your posts every single day have got to be a variety of things, because these algorithms right now on Facebook are crazy. I got more attention on words the other day than I have on any video I think I've ever posted. Crazy. Just speaking my words, which was one sentence. And it wasn't very positive. It wasn't negative either. It was just not my normal sparkly self. All right. Any questions, any struggles, anything that we can talk about and focus on? I have a couple of tips for Instagram that I just learned, but I want to hear from you guys, because not many of you danced with me, and I want to know what's going on. I'm here for you guys. I'm here. Anyone? Everybody's good? Go ahead, Katrina. Oh, I can't hear you. There we go.
There you go, that's better. I was speaking with a couple of leads, but I'm not sure the best way to engage other people, I guess.
How are they coming to you?
The two came via Messenger.
Are they people you know?
Yeah.
They are? And what they ask you?
I put up the post about the skinny jeans, the product skinny jeans, and they were inquisitive about it. And, of course, these are the same two that said, they have, like I was speaking with Allie last night, and the one woman has some protein shake that she saw on Pinterest that's comparable to Shakeology, so she didn't want to do Shakeology with it. And then the other one had said she already had what she thought she had a subscription to Beachbody already, but she didn't like the coach, or like the coach that she had was, just a coach out there somewhere. So I sent her the request to switch so that I could be her coach, and hopefully, kind of like the same way you and I did it, how it started off that way, and we kind of just went step by step.
Yeah. So here's a couple of things. Everybody should know this, that if somebody has another coach that they've been assigned to, okay, you can change coaches, okay? However, we want to make sure that that person is not working with that coach, because we don't want to steal coaches. We don't want to steal people from other teams, right? Steal customers. So have the conversation about, are they working with their coach? And if they're not, then it's very simple. They can call, or you can give them the link for the coach change form, okay? And they can make you their coach.
She said she hadn't, she had, I guess, signed up for like 2 years ago, but never actively used it, and she never was actively engaged with her coach.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fair, right? So it was a random coach that she was assigned. So we can go ahead and we can put the link. I'll go ahead and message it to you after this call. You can send the coach change form to her, and she can make you her coach, and then she can order a challenge pack from you. Okay? So the other thing is that you have to realize is that sometimes people just make people coaches, and they don't know it. So when they're not working with their coach for a long period of time and they've never canceled their account, they might be a coach already under somebody else's team, and they cannot switch coaches. Once you are a coach, the rule is that if you cancel, you'll have to wait 6 months before you can become a coach again. Okay, so those are the two scenarios. Those are those two coaching scenarios. The scenario about somebody having a shake that's comparable to Shakeology, maybe. I don't know anything else that's out there, and that's great. Except we're a Beachbody group. We don't know. We don't let people just drink whatever they want, because we know what gives people results, and that's the rule for everybody. So everybody drink Shake. If she's not, she could do Beachbody on demand on her own, right? She could still do that. Maybe she could even check in with you once a week if she wants to, if you want to still kind of like coach her in that way, just to show that you're giving her some value. But she can't be in one of your challenge groups because
we have to do
everybody's drinking Shakeology. And that is a rule on our team, and it's mostly it's an unassumed rule for all of Beachbody, all of Team Beachbody, because it's what creates results, and it's what creates residual income, and it's what creates volumes on teams, and it shows that we are product of the product. Okay, sure. If you worked out like a beast on P90X and followed a nutritional diet, I'm sure you're going to get results. But it's the missing links that Darren and Isabel always talk about. It's the nutrients. It's all that stuff. So, so that's it. And you have to you know what it all comes down to? It's speaking out of confidence. I feel like
Allie had suggested, like in a few weeks, touch base with her again as her shake is probably winding down to the end of her container.
Yeah.
and then, maybe try to reintroduce the idea of Shakeology and the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and it's good. That's a no right now, right? So in a month from now, you could be like, just that's a reason to strike up the conversation again and say, hey, how's it going for you? How's your journey? How's is everything? Are you going to the gym, or what's just to have that conversation, just to also show that you're just interested. You're just interested in people living a healthy life. It just because she's not there on your team doesn't mean that you can't be friends with her, right? Because then your friends are gonna, leave you behind because they're gonna just think all the time that you just want to sell them product, and you don't want to do that either. So, all right. Any other things that you guys have? Questions? Office things? Kim, you're on a roll. You're doing good. You're crushing it right now. Sorta. I don't necessarily need to put anybody on the spot. If you guys don't have questions, that's okay. I did want to share with you a couple of things that I learned about Instagram today. So apparently you can only follow, this is a high number. I don't know if anybody follows this many people, but you can follow 7,500 people on Instagram. And there's a method that I was listening to today that I really kind of liked. How we always have to add people to our network, but Facebook, a really good point was made. People don't like to post private things on Facebook, right? They only want to post. Some people, you hear that all the time, like people, they don't feel comfortable posting their sweaty pics because they're not used to posting daily, right? They're only used to posting like the good stuff, like it's Christmas time, here's my beautiful family pictures, or it's fall and we went pumpkin picking today. Like those are the kinds of things that the majority of people on Facebook like to post. But on Instagram, people are posting to post. They're posting all sorts of vulnerable things. They're posting about their fitness journeys, their food, the way their butt's changing, when they're working out, and they're showing you their butt and their thong, and whether you think that that's right or not, it doesn't matter. They're used to posting every single day. And so they don't have that issue with posting in a group. So if you have had that in the past where people aren't showing up in challenge groups, it might be because they're not used to posting every single day. So when you are on your Instagram, you want to try and find about 30 people. This is one of the things that you can do, like your non-negotiables, like you're doing your BAT, you're adding people, you're messaging people, you're inviting people, just some consistent habits. But this was this one coach's, a top elite coach. Her name's Shelly Hobbs, if anybody has ever heard of her. I sat with her at the Punta Cana trip by the pool, and I was having this conversation with her, and she left her corporate career in 2 years. And I said, how'd you do that? And she said, I shared the business opportunity every single day from day one, which I did not do. I shared about fitness and my journey from day one. So her advice to me was share the business opportunity every single day. And since then I have been sharing it so much more than I have in the past, not just with people who are in my challenge groups, but in posts, in ads, on my Instagram. Every single post has some kind of invitation to it. So, but on Instagram, she recommended that you find and add 30 new people a day, and once a week, you unfollow 200. I know, that's crazy. And maybe right now you don't even have that many, followers or whatever, and you're still trying to build your account. But the point is that you are wanting to follow people
and get them to follow you back. So you can go through your follow list and see who's following you and who's not. So, and then each week you can delete them. So finding 30 a day, and then once a week, unfollowing them. And you want to like and comment 3 to 5 of their pictures immediately. As soon as you follow them, you want to start liking their stuff, because they're going to see who it is who's commenting and liking, and they're going to make a choice as to whether to follow you or not. So you want to like 3 to 5 pictures and then comment on 1 or 2 of them. And then as soon as they do follow you back, you want to actually, at that moment, that day, send them an icebreaker message. And this can be merely a thank you for your follow. I love connecting with like-minded people. I think we've talked about this kind of stuff before. Or, oh, thanks for following me. I really enjoyed the picture of your daughter jumping in the puddle, or whatever it, whatever it was. Just go ahead and relate to something that you liked on their page, to start generating that conversation. And then you want to have that list. You want to have a list of those people, like for that week, who have followed you. And you want to make sure that you're checking in with them every day. You want to see what they're posting. And if they are posting every single day, then they like, or multiple times a day, then that is probably someone that you are interested in hooking up with. Because again, they have some sort of entrepreneurial thing, or maybe they just really like sharing. A lot of the conversations that I have been having with people, like, I feel like everybody on Instagram has some sort of business, and it's not true. Like, they're using 30 hashtags because they want to connect with people too, not necessarily because they're building Beachbody businesses or, trolling on people or trolling on hashtags. They're actually trying to make friends with people who are like minds. So it is not abnormal for you to reach out to people like this. I was shocked. And some people are so straightforward, you may even see in their profiles that they'll say, don't direct message me. I don't accept direct messages. Okay, great. You're not going to be friends with that person then, because even though no matter how cool they are, there's probably 100 million other cool people who want you to direct message them. So keep that kind of stuff in mind. So sending icebreaker messages, and then again, liking and commenting on their photos until you've established some level of a relationship to where you can then go ahead and send them your message, and that is your invite. And that invite is usually going to come like right around this time. Maybe it was last week, maybe it was now this week. And so you're going to just go ahead and message all those people who are on your list who you've communicated with, because it shouldn't feel random. But then there's also this thing called the magnifying glass. And I don't know if you guys have ever clicked on that magnifying glass, but apparently that magnifying glass is a search tool, and that search tool has some sort of algorithm. No one's figured it out yet, but it's a list of people that, for whatever reason, Instagram thinks you have something in common with. They've kind of like, based off of your hashtags and your posts, because somebody's looking at your stuff, is kind of like putting you in categories. So you can do a couple of things. You can go ahead and start clicking on those people to see if like you think you jive with them, and you can go ahead and follow them, like a couple of posts, and then, try and get a couple that way. And then if you find somebody that you really think is awesome, and you see that they have a decent following, you can click on who they're following as well. And this is called like running through the rabbit hole, because you can click on their followers, and then you can also click on the people who's following them. And so you can look for people. Really, you can get 30 people just by looking at one person very, very quickly. It can take 10 minutes. You can do it like, if you ride a train, or, if you're waiting in a school parking lot, or if, whatever it is. having a cup of coffee in the morning, and you're just trying to connect with 30 people, you can get that done so quick, and you don't have to put very much thought about it. It's all based off of pictures. But the other thing that you can do is search topics. And I've never thought about doing this. I've searched hashtags before, but I've never searched topics. And so think about the topics that are relatable to this business, right? You want to connect with people who are into health and fitness. You want to connect with people who, maybe have a food blog, or they're into clean eating or stuff, whatever it is, superfoods. You can search superfoods and see and connect with people that way. Another recommendation was, there are lots of types of trainers out there, not just Beachbody trainers, like Jillian Michaels, That Fit Guy. There's, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can search any person and look at their profile and start and see who's following them as well. And then the other thing is like activities. So you might want to look up people who have gone hiking in the Blue Ridge. So you can put in Blue Ridge Mountains, and as you're looking through the Blue Ridge Mountains, you're going to see other people. You may even see people posting videos of them working out, and they just happen to live in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Or, so you can go through that topic and find something in common. So if you guys haven't done this yet, it's a great way to start meeting people, and, so that you're not bugging your friends and family. Kim, I know that you are a cruiser, like you are a performer on a cruiser. You're a dancer, but there's a lot of dancers who are not performers on cruises, right? So there's ways to hook up with other dancers that, aren't in your immediate circle, and that they value the way they look. That they value discipline, and they want to make money, right? And they want to live out their passion. And, maybe they're not getting where they need to be getting with, a dance, a performing job, or being a dance teacher or something like that. And so this is like a dream to somebody like that, I think. I think of, when I think about dance and everything, I think, oh my gosh, thank goodness Beachbody came into my life, because it reignited a passion for, caring about form and what I look like. And because for a really long time, I really didn't care. I felt, confident with how I was changing, but it didn't feel good. So anyway, I listened to this today. If you want to listen to it, it's Shelly Hobbs. I just YouTubed her. I was looking up Instagram tips from other people, and I just fell upon hers and remembered that I saw her at the Success Club trip. So is that everybody on that list, by the way? I hope. Okay, so guys, that's an incentive. So if you're not on that list, get on the list. And that should be an incentive to hit Success Club every month, because if you do, it's an all expense paid trip. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. And guys, I adore and love and appreciate everybody on this team. I don't know what's going on. And for some of you new folks, I just really want to set the expectations high, because, in the past, and still very much so, it's been about creating a community and everybody being excited about creating that community. But then as soon as something goes wrong and someone leaves, it's like the trickle down effect. And it doesn't, the only thing it hurts, honestly, is the people, it's like your friends, right? Your friends are just like starting to disappear, and you don't know why. And it's really hard sometimes to not think that it's you. I said, I actually don't think I've changed. And if I have, be the one to remind me that if my focus isn't right, let me know, because I've always tried to be honest with everybody that this is something I'm passionate about. It's something I'm passionate about sharing with, and I'm willing to work hard to make what I want happen. And I'm not holding anybody else responsible for it. It's me attracting like minds. And so when I attract like minds, I'm kind of like, all right, so where have you been? So that's it. I'm just going to be real. I want you guys to know that this isn't hard, but it's hard, right? It's hard. It's simple, but it's hard, right? Because there's this thing called a mean girl in our heads, and some days she just gets the best of us, but you got to kick her down. You got to kick her down, because you can't let that mean girl hold you back. And if it's a mean guy, you just need to say, shh, I'm following my dreams. You'll love me one day again. Okay, just be like, shh, and then stay focused. Right, Sawyer? Shh. He's laughing at me. So anything from you guys? Anything else? No? All right. So, Kim, you're planning to invite someone you met on board. Oh, at the end of this cruise? That's fun. Is that, didn't you just meet Elian that way? Arian? Didn't you meet Aaron that way?
Ariel was one of my cast members. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ariane was in my cast. And then we became friends.
God.
And then I invited her.
See? That's simple. How was your first challenge group, Arian? Was it awesome? With good results?
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the challenge group. It made me get up every morning and okay, I need to work out, because I have people, I have to post and I have to, be accountable and, all that type of stuff. So I enjoyed it.
Good.
Definitely.
Good. Well, I hope you're doing another one and getting in your skinny jeans too. I'm working on mine. It's been an interesting summer. It really has. It's really been an interesting summer all around. I think, again, we all have the feels, and what we're surrounded by is who we become. And, I think for a while many of us have been stuck, and I want to empower each and every one of you to become unstuck. Let's do this. We're doing the work. There's no doubt in my mind, each and every person is showing up, whether it's, their challenge groups or, or inviting people. And some days you're just kind of like, wow, it's that plateau, right? It's that plateau. But there's a thing called the tipping point. That's another good book to read. Is, when you get to that tipping point, it's supposed to just all, not necessarily be downhill from there, but all free flowing from there. So all of us should be, climbing that mountain, not stopping, because if you stop, then it's like taking a few steps back. So same thing in our fitness, once we stop, I could tell you in my fitness, it's when I decided I wasn't going to run the triathlon and I stopped training. I definitely, my body changed after that. And that was like stopping on the mountain, hanging out for a while, so now I'm at like a plateau in my fitness. So we got to ramp it up. We have to look and see where we can do more. And if we can't do more because we feel like we're maxed out, then we need to enjoy what we're doing. We need to find the joy. We need to love this. And if you don't love it, know what to say. If you don't love it, you don't love it. You can't force it, you know. You can't. I don't know. It's like a relationship. Like you can't force it. And if it feels forced to you, I guess here's the good point. Is the good point. If at one point it did not feel forced, and you had joy in it, it's worth working for. But if you never had that love and joy from the beginning, then maybe it's not right. I think that's more like relationships. You know, there's always something. There's always something in that relationship that's worth working for. Think of your business that way. Find the joy, find the love. If it's not going great right now, show up and smile anyway. I hate the term "fake it till you make it," but that's a moment where you gotta fake it to get through it and then snap out of it. You know, I have to do it for myself all the time. I do, all the time, every single day. So, okay, I'm not going to just keep talking, but I do love and adore seeing each and every one of you guys, and I know your dreams, I know your hopes, and I just want to see them come true. And so many of you are doing you're doing great things. Just keep it up, okay? Keep your chins up and keep going, okay? Remember your non-negotiables and just do it. It's like showing up in the morning in your challenge group. Just do it, because other people on your team are counting on you. You know, the people you're mentoring are counting on you to show up. You're there, you know, each and every one of us are leaders in our, you know, whether we believe it or not. Maybe that's what each and every one of us should be reading, is a book on leadership. You know, how can we become better leaders? And there's a really good one by David Ramsey called EntreLeadership. It's, you know, totally talks about the struggles of being an entrepreneur, but also being a good leader, because sometimes, you know, entrepreneurship it feels alone, and it also has nobody wants a boss, right? Nobody wants to be bossed around. We are a business of a lot of entrepreneurs, right? So but we all have to be leaders, and some people have to work at it more than others. Some people are natural born leaders. Some people aren't. Some people are natural born followers. And that's okay too, but then you have to be willing to learn and grow. Because if we're not learning and growing, things can't change. So, and that is something I learned through my high performance training, was that, you know, you have to constantly know how you learn. Are you an audible learner? Are you a tactile learner where you have to do things? Are you do you have to see something? So be willing to learn and then learn it, and then share it. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the 4 vital behaviors. It's exactly what we do. So, all right, guys. Good night. I love and appreciate you. Oh, I should mention this. We have two people in the running for the free ticket to the high performance program, the high performance weekend, and that is Allie Cross and Missy McLean. They are both at a race to earning that ticket by September 13th. Both of them should be at Success Club, and they're actually tied for points right now as well. They both have 4 points. So yeah, so we could cheer them on a little bit too. And whoever has the most Success Club points by the 13th I'm going to give that free ticket to. So, all right, guys, love and adore all of you. Have a good night.